know Tom Myers? A couple comedians not clapping, that's cool. Make some noise if you do not know Tom Myers. I envy you people. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and bring the man of the hour up. He's been in comedy for 13 years in this area. In that time, he actually just recorded his second CD. It was a show that we put on, and it's called Pitchforks, Torches, and Other Random Thoughts. He's toured all across the nation, Vegas, New York. I mean, he pays to fly to these places, but you get what I mean. Like, it's just a shitty open mic, but I mean, I guess you put on his resume. You know, he went on vacation to Canada, and I think he performed comedy at some coffee house there. It wasn't a comedy show. He just started telling jokes, so that's on his resume. Padding shit up. Tom Myers is known as being the guy who has played every comedy room once. Which is why when people are crossing jokes off, they're like, oh great. If you were up last and you thought you were going to be able to use that fucking joke, you're not going to have a set left. I'm just saying. Man, you know, Tom's been all over the fucking place, but yeah, again, if you only do each room once, that's why eventually you start branching out. He's like, this weekend I got to do a show. Where have I not done? He just has this big map in his house, putting pins around it, just branching out. Cool. Hey, you may have heard him on 98 Rock. He was on there all the time, and then they pretty much fucking banned him, so that sucks, doesn't it? Not me. Hey, let's make some noise for the man of the hour, Tom Myers! It's going to be a tight stage up here. Erwin, I'd be careful up here, buddy.
I'm worried.
If I were Erwin and Ron, I would just stand in front of this thing. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. Tom Myers is a little bit of a local celebrity. Every time I'm around and people come up to him and say, hey, I know you. And he says, yeah, I'm a comedian. And they say, no, you're that guy who works at 7-Eleven. But Tom recently had a breakthrough in his comedy career and now owns a Mexican restaurant.
That's hilarious.
That's his funniest fucking joke. When he posted that was his first status I ever liked. I went in there and he was practicing all of his jokes on the migrant workers. And I was sitting there watching him tell a set, and I was so fucking jealous of their inability to understand the words he was saying. People used to accuse Tom of wanting to be Bill Hicks. But ironically, when I saw him, I was the one who wanted to be like Bill. Dead. Again, let's make some noise for the people here we have on the dais. John Yeager, right here. John, we're just talking right now. John, if you can't tell, is one of those comics you just cannot turn off. Off stage, you'll notice he's just as unfunny as he is when he's on stage. He's very Jewish, right? So he only eats kosher food. Kosher donuts, kosher ice cream, kosher dicks when he's on stage. He actually even almost Jewed out of the show. He was like, oh guys, money's tight, I can't make it. God, even his fucking jokes are cheap. All right, moving on. Joe Greenway. Joe, right there, man. You guys may or may not. I'm going to go with not remember Joe Greenway as a member of Comedy Funny, right? People are always like, there's 5 of you, right? And I'm like, no, there's 6. And like, oh, one of your characters is a fucking member of Comedy Funny? My people thought my characters were more of a member of Comedy Funny than you. God damn, but now you're doing big things, right? Mm-hmm. He's got a kid, he's got that going for him, all right. Mickey Coachella. Damn. Get some noise for Mickey, man! Mickey! You had 3 kids, got divorced, and lost your job. Boom, roasted.
Damn it.
Nah. A lot of you know Mickey as a local celebrity. You guys know him as a local celebrity because of his role with the Vape Lounge. But it's a little known fact that before his rise to stardom, he worked 9 years doing radio. Is that right?
Correct.
I did not know that. Mickey actually filled in when superstar and funniest man in the area, Justin Schlegel, was on vacation living the dream, right? That must have been fun. I imagine being back at 98. Imagine being back was kind of like seeing a kid you abandoned and realizing his stepdad is a better father than you. You know, like when you see your real kids, the ones that call Todd Fleming daddy. Todd Fleming's not here. He's the black comedian that was supposed to be on the dais. He's the black kid who was supposed to be on the dais, but I guess now Brian Preston has to turn to my go-to guy for black jokes. The only problem is I'm not really sure what Brian Preston is, because if you call the wrong Middle Eastern person black, you know what I'm saying? Not fucking good.
Neither was that joke.
I fucking burned you good. Shut the fuck up. You ain't the biggest dick so far and you haven't been up here. Drew Landry. Drew Landry, my young and up-and-coming comic, man. I feel like that's all we're ever going to know you as. How fucking long have you been 17, man? He's been the young and up-and-comer since I started doing fucking comedy, you know? It's like one day we have to realize Drew is a middle-aged dude with a goatee, 3 kids, an ex-wife, and drinking problems. And let's face it, your jokes are good, but they're a lot funnier when Carlos Mencia tells them. Oh! But seriously, you're getting too old to be a young comic. You've been doing this a long time. You do shitty bar shows and you still live with your mom. Wait, sorry, I was talking about Mike Stork.
Bam!
Mike Stork's here. Mike Stork is a nationally touring headliner. How do you think he fucking feels to be here for this shit? How do you think he feels? Here's the crazy thing. He actually messaged me. He wanted to get on this thing. He said he'd be honored. He was like, hell yeah, I'm in. I don't have a girlfriend, a real job, and I'm not doing a weekend at Canada right now. Well, the delivery up on that one, Nick, no comment? You're good. Erwin Loring. Look over there. Erwin Loring, man. He is most known for having similar features to the famous porn star Cherokee the Ass. I gotta keep it together, man. This is my favorite joke I wrote. Seriously, your tits and ass are so big, you'd make Ron Jeremy's dick look like Gigi Allen's. I was going to use a different name, but Dave's here, so I didn't want to fucking throw him under the bus. When you walked by, Todd Fleming's tongue rolled out of his mouth and onto the ground like a cartoon. Sonny Fuller wishes he was black enough to handle a busty bitch like you. Oh, damn. If you were 5 pounds fatter, Brian Preston would fuck you. Ken Water, you're kind of here. You look kind of here. It must be wild looking back on your first years doing comedy. And you're like 55, right? You know, and how you slowly yet methodically, through hard work and dedication, blossomed into the solid open micer that you are. Tom, don't fucking laugh at that one too hard. Your grandkids are fucking proud of you. You look like you have grandkids. Real quick, how old are... When I first started doing comedy, Tom, he has a fucking headshot where he looks 50 and the dude just turned 30 not long ago. I'm just saying. Kim Ambrose. This joke isn't good, but I'm gonna fucking tell it anyway. Fuck it. Kim Ambrose is dating Justin Hancock. Justin's over there talking to Matt Mahaffey. Kim's somewhere. Where the fuck is Kim's right there. Kim Ambrose is dating Justin Hancock, which has really fucked with me. Now every time I'm jacking off thinking of Kim and I'm about to orgasm, Justin's face pops out from the side of the screen like the toasty guy from Mortal Kombat. I mean, I still come, but I feel a lot of shame afterwards. Then to make myself feel better, I do it all over again. But here's the thing, Todd Fleming, he's not even fucking here yet. I mean, how to perpetuate the damn stereotype. The only full black guy, or guaranteed black guy on the road, and you're not even fucking here when we start. I don't know. Brian can tell, I don't know what the hell, man. I don't know what's going over there. Nah. Fuck it. Last year, I got one more on you before I start getting the show rolling. Erwin, Tom Myers, Ken Water, and Ron Bender. What is this, the fucking Special Olympics of comedy? Seriously, Matt Kaiser saw the poster for this show and said, this show is too retarded for me to be on. Hey guys! So hey, In case you guys haven't figured out, if you have no idea, if you're like, we're just gonna go grab dinner at this place, I hear they have a comedy show. Some of the shit's a little inside baseball. You're not gonna get everything. I'll go ahead and let you know. There are a couple comics that were on the days who aren't here, so Sonny Fuller, he's kind of like a fucking white guy that kind of is like Eminem, so if you hear Sonny Fuller jokes, that's pretty much that, right? Am I missing anything about him? So imagine there's some like guy up here with his pants down around his fucking knees, you know, blaming the skin of his color for his problems. And Todd Fleming, and we already established what he is. I'm not going to, you know, take that race card any further. But first roaster of the day, a Skies, a former member of Color Me Funny. He's actually moving up to New York, so hopefully he can pad his credits going up there to get some fame with now being on the roast of Tom Myers. So, good luck in New York, buddy. Guys, hey, maybe Tom can pull some strings for you. Guys, make some noise for Justin Hancock!
Give it up for Mike Turpin. Thank you. I was watching the Comedy Central roast, kind of prepared for tonight, just get myself ready. I suggest that you guys just go home and do the same thing because it's going to be way funnier than these fucking people. Turpin, MC of the evening. Give it up for him. Yeah. He does a lot of weightlifting. In case you haven't noticed, he lifts weights a lot. I think the gym for him is a very comfortable place because he's used to being in a room full of people groaning while he's trying to do a set. The best joke I wrote, so downhill from here. No, Turpin, he does a lot of like Andy Kaufman-esque bits. So if we're lucky, his career will follow the same path. And he'll die from cancer at a young age. Gross, Tom, get the fuck over it. You just shut your mouth. This isn't about you. Now, then we got Brian Preston. Brian Preston over there. Yes. A lot of people ask Brian what race he is. They don't know, or they're like, is he half black, half white? Some people even say he might be Samoan. But if you ever heard him talk about comic book, it's clear he's autistic. Then we got Drew Landry, the phenom, the Wonderkind. Yes. Drew Landry is bipolar, but he doesn't have a psychological disease. That just means he jerks off two dudes at one time. Like Madonna, Drew converted himself to Judaism. And also, like Madonna, he is like a virgin. Should have gotten a better laugh, but okay. We got Erwin Luring over there. Erwin, he's a man that is alive. Erwin talks a lot about how he looks like Mario from the video games, or how he looks like Ron Jeremy. He never actually talks about who he really looks like, which is a failed comic who runs shitty rooms. I think we should be more real life. Mike Stork. We got Mike Stork right here. Yes, Mike likes riding motorcycles, doing dip, and shooting guns, and going to Canada. Judging by the first three, he does the fourth one because he has a cousin up there that he likes to fuck. Fucking hillbilly. Mike has pretty bad ADD. He's got ADD real bad, which was tough for him growing up in a Catholic family. In fact, he had such a hard time concentrating in school that he only got a C- in sucking his priest's dick. That's bad. You gotta get the C. You got it. Thanks, guys. The rest of these fucking dollars. Thanks, man. What we got? Joe Greenway. Joe Greenway's on the dais. Not the wealthiest of men. He's not the wealthiest. Joe's poor and works at a bank. That's like a paraplegic person working at a store that sells running shoes. Like, a customer walks in and they're like, what the fuck do you know about this shit? Nothing. Nothing, man. Joe's about to graduate from Towson University. He's up for that, yeah. That will make Joe the first person in his family to have debt that's not related to gambling or illegitimate children. Tom, I know you don't drink anymore, but can you hold this? Yeah, you're gonna need it later. Let's see, where are we at? I saw something really sad the other day. It was a poster of a child, and on the top of the poster it said, "Have you seen me?" And there was a picture of a child, and the child was wearing a shirt that said Mickey Coachella's career. Yes, Mickey Coachella. As we all know, he owns the Vape Lounge in Bel Air. That's a cool thing. He used to blow smoke up people's asses to get on the radio, and now he blows water vapor up people's asses to barely be relevant. Are you guys are you having fun? Paying attention? Okay, making sure. You know you're allowed to laugh, right? That's like encouraged here at the comedy show. Todd's not here. Todd Fleming. He's a fucking black guy. That sounded racist. It was meant to be. Now, a lot of people think Todd just does hacky impressions of Denzel Washington and Barack Obama, but they forget what the worst part about Todd is that he's a black man named Todd. That's just fucking stupid. That's a stupid thing. Kim Ambrose, yes. Hey, babe. I'm coming your belly button. That's the most roasting I could ever do to somebody. Doesn't get any worse than that. Alright, to the man who deserves no introduction, Tom Myers. Tom's so ugly that if he recreated the scene from Silence of the Lambs where he tucks his dick between his legs and says to the mirror, "Would you fuck me?" his reflection would say no. No, I would. I'll take it. Shut up, Tom! I know, I'm just like shitting on you because you're, I don't know, you look like you got a face you can shit on. Tom's parents are actually here. They're here. Can Tom's parents please stand up? No? Will someone please find a crypt keeper and Steve Buscemi? Here somewhere. Tom, you've been like a mentor to me. You've shown me everything to not do in comedy. If you haven't seen Tom do stand-up, then you're probably a pretty happy person. But if you have, and you've seen the cities and clubs that he's gotten booked at, then you know that God has played the best roast joke on all of us here tonight. So I guess give it up for Tom. And thank you guys. My name is Justin. Thanks.
Mike is more important than the beer. All right, yeah, get up for Justin Hancock. Yeah. We're going to keep this thing rolling. The next guy coming to the stage, he is on Meanwhile, the Skull Base. Is that the name of it? That's the name of the podcast he's on. It's fucking badass. It's kind of like a comic book meets a podcast. It's awesome. He's been doing this thing for a long time. He's been a vet ever since I started. Give it up for Brian Preston.
Thank you, Mike, for bringing the same legitimacy to the term Remastered that you do to the term headline. No, seriously though, Mike, look, Dennis Leary actually had like the common decency to wait until Bill Hicks was dying to steal his act. So like, is there something that you know about Zach Galifianakis that you should tell the rest of us about? Okay, so we're just gonna move it around the dais a little bit. Over there we have Ron Bender, or as I call him, the inspiration for the killer on True Detective. We have Erwin Loring, who changed his last name from Weinstein to Loring to try and like come across as less Jewish. I don't know what the point in doing that is when you look like one of those characters from the Disney cartoons they can't show anymore. We got my second favorite Stork brother up here. I don't know. On the positive though, it's like Pat has his own money for cigarettes, one. And he doesn't need me to talk him through a trip to Wegmans. That was inside baseball. Moving around, we have Mickey Coachella, who is here for... Get up for him! Well, he was here for some reason that fucking escapes me. It's like, alright, when I heard that Mickey was doing this, you guys see Looney Dazed and Confused? Okay, it's kind of like Ben Affleck's character in Dazed and Confused, where you're like, haven't you gotten enough licks in yet, O'Banion? No, like, alright, like 4 years ago they did this thing where it's like 81 hours of stand-up comedy at McGoobies, right? I saw it, and you're not on the radio anymore, so I don't have to bullshit you anymore. It was the funniest fucking thing. No, Mickey does like a half hour about how much Tom sucks. And I gotta imagine, like, if anyone actually listened to that for Guinness, they'd be like, what the fuck, I get it, Tom Myers, he sucks. But then, like, 2 hours, like, Tom Myers would have been on that recording, they're like, oh, it all makes sense now. Short Nick Oldershaw's here. That is too inside baseball. Actually, I wrote this one joke for Sonny Fuller that I want to do. You don't know him, it doesn't matter. Okay, the thing that always blows my mind about Sonny is that, like, we're actually, like, 1 year in age apart. And the thing is crazy, because everyone's like, oh, you know, like, black don't crack. No, what the fuck happened to white? And then, closing off, we got Justin Hancock, who is, like, 1 or 2 misplaced chromosomes away from being the kid from Mask. And the fucked up thing, though, is if he was the kid from Mask, I would still feel better about roasting him than Tom Myers. Seriously, like, I was the last one of these Color Me Funny roasts, or not, whatever you guys call yourselves now. Or not. Like, I actually felt something that I never thought I would feel at a roast, which was sympathy for Dave Chauffeur. Like, I don't know how you go out of your way to, like, just sandbag to someone who's trying to do the right thing, but then I was like, well, they did put on a roast for Tom Myers. Seriously, no, Tom, I mean, like, he's an accomplished comedian. His CDs are on sale at finer places where Tom Myers works. And, no, he's a good guy. He's hard work. I'm going to go on that. I'll see you guys.
Brian Preston. Well, Brian told one of his jokes, and I saw Tom cross that one off, so I guess you just got roasted. That was a burn on Brian's joke. Next comic coming to the stage, probably the oldest comedian on the dais. Guys, give it up for Tom's good friend and comedian, Ken Water.
Thank you all. So we're here tonight to honor our good friend Tom Myers. Tom fancies himself as a comedian, a politician, and all-around man about town. When I started to write this, I started to think, how can I best describe the Tom Myers comedy experience? And what I came up with is, Tom Myers is what would happen if Sonny Fuller got Tourette's. Tom doesn't kill his audiences, they commit suicide. I don't want to say Tom's career has gone badly, but Tom is so poor that there's a prince in Nigeria that actually does send him money. Tom has a bumper sticker that says, "My other car is also my mother's." Tom Myers is to comedy what Ron Bender is to mental health. Tom's great surprise, though, he's still single. Tom's love life is so bad, he has phone sex with Siri. Tom got his money back from a Russian mail order bride. She said, "Нет, thank you." Tom gets Dear John letters from women he doesn't even know. Tom thinks the way to bring a woman to orgasm is by tickling her air valve. Tom drives women crazy, is what they tell their therapist. Tom's rehab for sex addicts. Tom once placed a personal ad in Field and Stream. He tried to fuck a goat, but she said, "Nah." Tom hires hookers to laugh at his jokes. Tom is determined to find out Victoria's secret. In fact, many's the night he sat alone with the catalog trying to beat it out of her. Mike Turpin, now there's a ladies' man. Mike Turpin is such a ladies' man that Viagra came out with a Mike Turpin Pez dispenser. Mike had his image carved on Mount Fuckmore.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Franklin Myth came out with a replica of Mike's dick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, giving money to Tom Myers' campaign was like giving money to a homeless man who tells bad jokes. Tom has aspirations for to win a seat in the Maryland House. Tom couldn't win a seat at Waffle House. Tom sees himself as the next George Washington. The difference is, George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. Tom lost his cherry to an old man with wooden teeth. In the last election, Tom got beat so bad he needed a safe word. Tom Myers will be appointed to political office when Erwin Loring is appointed spokesmodel for Slim Fast. I've heard people call my friend Tom Myers a loser, and I have to disagree. A loser is someone who never tries. A loser is someone who never goes out there and gives it that effort. Tom's always out there. He gives it that old Goucher college try. But Tom, my friend, you are not a loser. You're a failure.
Give it up for Ken Water, the #1 buyer of Mike Turpin Viagra dispensers. Thank you, Ken, for keeping me alive. Guys, the next time to come to the stage, the young buck we've been talking about, he fucking worked the Comedy Factory, he went on tour with Carlos Mencia. Guys, make some noise for Drew Landry.
Man, keep it going for your host, Mike Turpin, everybody. Yeah. Now look, a lot of Mike's friends might know that his big comedy hero is Andy Kaufman. Now he's gonna come up here and make some stupid joke about how Andy Kaufman got cancer, so Mike should get cancer, but I'm not gonna make a joke about Mike Turpin getting cancer. That's disrespectful to cancer. Got the one and only Mickey Coachella here tonight, that's right, yeah. Mickey is one short, ugly motherfucker. That guy looks like Danny DeVito and Wee Man had a baby. And that baby took a shit. And that piece of shit had cerebral palsy and attempted to draw a picture of a hobbit. Mickey's so short, he had to stand on a stack of phone books to take a picture with my 5-year-old cousin. Fuck it, I like it. Kim Ambrose is here. Kim was actually beautiful. The other night I actually had a wet dream about her. And I realized it was a dream when I noticed that she was being funny. And Kim, you remind me a lot of Joan Rivers. Yeah, not because you're a female comedian, just because when you have a husband one day, he'll probably end up killing himself. There's Justin vouching for me. John Yeager is here. John Yeager is so fat that when he sits around the house, he literally has a heart attack. Should I do my Sonny Fuller jokes?
Yes.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do them. Sonny Fuller's the only guy I know that talks like a black guy but looks like a skinhead white supremacist. He couldn't make it, he's filming American History X Part 2. I think that's where he is right now. A few years ago, there was this big, dirty comedy show in Columbia, and Sonny came and he brought his son. And I don't know what was more disturbing. His son was like 5. I don't know what was more disturbing, the fact that there was a 5-year-old at the comedy show, or just the fact that Sonny Fuller has reproduced. Fuck it, I like it.
I liked it.
Oh, John, I forgot to say, you need to exercise more, do some sit-ups or something. Last time you exercised was last time Mike Stork wrote a new joke. Todd Fleming is still late. He's also known as the only black guy I'm not scared of. Todd has great jokes with voices and impressions and sound effects. He reminds me a lot of Pablo Francisco. For those of you who don't know who Pablo Francisco is, he's like a comedian version of Todd Fleming. Irvin Loring is here.
Yeah.
The most Jewish-looking man on earth. Looks like he just stepped out of a Nazi propaganda cartoon. The only thing that keeps Irwin from being a full, walking, talking Jewish stereotype is that he has no money. We got Justin Hancock here, our token ginger. Justin is so white and pale, he makes me look like Wesley Snipes. We got Brian Preston here. And Brian Preston, let me tell you something, that guy's a badass. He's the Vin Diesel of comedy. And by that, I mean nobody knows what race he is. Joe Greenway is here. Joe goes to Towson University, and I was telling him I actually applied to go there in the fall. And I've been nervous that I might not get in, but I realized that if Joe goes there, then not only can I get in, but so can my retarded cousin. If Tom's the only one laughing, that's a bad sign. That probably means if Tom Myers laughs at your joke, you need to work harder on your comedy. What? Cool. Is it really fair to call Tom Myers a comedian? Is that really right? If we're going to call Tom Myers a comedian, we may as well call Chris Brown a feminist. Tom Myers is to comedy what Woody Allen is to babysitting. Alright? Tom has, on a few occasions, given me advice about my set, which that's never good. Never take comedy advice from Tom Myers. Taking comedy advice from Tom Myers would be like if Kurt Cobain ran a suicide hotline. But Tom is a ballsy comedian. He's crossing shit off every second.
All right.
Tom is a ballsy comedian where he'll talk about anything. Pop culture, society, religion, the government. And when he does comedy, he doesn't care about being G-rated or politically correct or funny. Tom has a new CD out. Everyone who's bought it says it's great. Yeah? Both of them. But no, man, I love Tom. Tom, you remind me a lot of one of my favorite comedians, Greg Giraldo. Only difference is no one's going to be sad when Tom overdoses. But Tom, in all reality, there's a lot of bitter comics out there, and you're probably the friendliest comic I know, and I think that's important. So thank you for being such a nice guy. Thank you. Drew Landry, ladies and gentlemen.
we're going to keep this thing rolling, and I'm going to take this mic stand off the stage because the next comedian coming to the stage is physically fucked up. They're like, when he throws out shit, they're like mental or physical handicaps, and he's like, it's easier if I just list what I do not have. Guys, give it up for Ron Bender. Yes, sir.
All right, I came here tonight. I didn't want to, but I did. I could have been home flinging poo in the mirror and just reflecting on myself. But I got a call from Tom, who I've known a long time, and he said, I really want you to come and be part of this roast, or I'm going to keep telling people you taught me everything I know about comedy. Man. No, but Tom's a good guy, and I'm glad he's having a good night. You know, I've known him, he's always been friendly to me. Every time I see him, the first thing he does is give me a drink. I showed up tonight, and somebody was in the bathroom, so he gave me their drink. Yeah. But he's done that the first time I met him, he offered me a drink. It was a long time ago, and when I came in, he pulled his mother's shit out of his mouth and offered it. So I visit him every so often. Yeah, I like Tom though. It's a lot of fun. He wears a lot of hats. He dabbles in politics. He dabbles in comedy. He doesn't dabble too well at anything, but I don't know if he's helped you out. But he took me up with this new cause that's sweeping the country, this medical LSD stuff. This is really cool. I didn't know he was a doctor. I mean, I've seen him dressed like a nurse before, but nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of male nurses these days. They don't all wear skirts like Tom does. Remember the first time I heard Tom on the radio? He had one of those toy mics that you're talking to, and it comes out of the speaker on the radio. He was in his living room trying to tell comedy jokes. The whole family walked out on him. Yeah, thanks to Mickey over here, he got on a bigger radio. A lot more people were able to change the channel and walk out on him. I like Tom though. I do. I see you're drinking, Tom. Does that mean you fell off the wagon?
No, it's water and ginger ale.
Water and ginger ale. Well, good for you. I don't know how many of you know, but Tom used to have a drinking problem. I remember going to AA meetings with him. I didn't need to go, but I wanted to support Tom and maybe learn how to shoot down airplanes better. But it didn't really work for me. But I remember seeing Tom up there in front of that audience. My name is Tom, and I'm here because of a court order. Then he'd unscrew the top off his handle, and well, if any of you've seen my comedy, you know that's about as long as I can talk on any one subject. I'm going to wish Tom well and hope he enjoys the rest of his night.
Ron Bender, everybody, guys. As a public safety announcement, guys, you know, stay off drugs and take care of yourself. Seriously. John, earlier, man, were you feeling like shit when you got called out for being fat and Erwin got all the Jewish jokes? If that's not a sign, you need to start losing the fucking weight. Jesus Christ. Coming to the stage, he runs rooms all over the place that he all of a sudden doesn't run anymore because they don't want him there. But he's been great to me. I do love him. I really do. And he is one of my favorite comics around here. I love him a lot. But, you know, fuck him. Give it up for John Yeager.
Guys, keep it going for Mike Turpin. Mike Turpin. One of the best homosexuals in the business. Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Good stuff. I don't know if you guys know this. Mike Turpin has a whole bunch of different personas that he takes on. He's got a bunch of different personalities, which is great. He's got multiple personalities, but he's never given a woman multiple orgasms. Or a singular orgasm. Man, that was great. Guys, that sea lion that was up here before was awesome, wasn't he? What in the world? I remember, I'm surprised Ron Better could be here. He's got a busy schedule with Game of Thrones shooting. You look like the guy from The Simpsons who runs the comic book store like 15 years later. The same wardrobe, too. Worst roast ever. Alright, let's talk about these fuckers. Ken Water, get over Ken Water, guys. Ken Water. Ken's a comedian, and his real job during the day is an accountant.
What?
It's true, he's an accountant. Proving that his jokes, just like his work, both don't add up. Like that punchline. Okay, cool. All right, move forward. Todd Fleming's not here, guys. The wonderful Todd Fleming. He's the man of 1,000 voices. Unfortunately, none of them are funny. You should watch his groundbreaking material as a black guy who does Al Sharpton. It's pretty cool. He's going on tour with the white guy that does Christopher Walken. You guys should check that out. It's pretty good stuff. Man, Drew Landry. Give it up for Drew Landry, man. Drew Landry. Good guy. Drew Landry, you look like a young Charles Manson. Except Charles Manson had charisma. You honestly look like a hate fuck between Charles Manson and the white guy from Cypress Hill. Fun stuff there. Let's see. Who else we got here? Who else is here? Brian Preston. Give it up for Brian Preston over there, guys. Brian Preston. Brian Preston. Listening to Brian Preston's comedy is like listening to Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons on auto-tune. Brian's comedic references that he makes are so obscure that even hipsters don't find him funny. Where'd that joke? Joe Greenway's here?
Yeah.
Who? All right. Kim Ambrose. Make some noise for Kim Ambrose. Kim, that's called an applause break. Shoot for it. Great. You guys know Kim Ambrose and Justin Hancock are together dating. They're actually expecting. They're hoping to give birth to a sunburn.
You too.
You're wearing a headband, dude.
Yes.
Justin Hancock.
I'm wearing a lap band.
Thank you, Justin. Justin, you look like the protagonist from the movie Powder, and Wendy got together. The Wendy's logo got together, which actually makes me kind of hungry. Speaking of hungry and fat, Erwin Loring is here. Give it up for Erwin Loring, guys. He's some sort of wild Jewish beast, or I should call you Jumanji. You're like Ron Jeremy minus the pay. Man, oh man, there's some crazy, incredible folks here tonight. Who else is here? Oh my God, Mickey Coachella, you guys. Give it up for Mickey. Give it up for Mickey Coachella. Good man. I'm surprised Mickey Coachella had made it tonight because I had heard that the last Munchkin had died. Mickey now runs a vape lounge, confirming that his career has gone up in smoke.
It's actually vapor.
Easy there. Let's go. Saving these brands for Thompson Sword at the end. Man, it's great. Mike Stork is here. Give it up for Mike Stork. Mike Stork is amazing. Mike Stork, he breaks down stereotypes, you guys. He does comedy in Canada, but I thought Canadians understood what humor was. Pretty interesting. Mike's very much into motorbikes, and when it comes to his mom, I'm very much into motorboating. I got nothing, man. Thank you for cheering me on, man. Appreciate it. I look forward to an hour-and-a-half long conversation when you're going through Caldor later. It's great. Things will go good. But for the man of the hour, guys, give it up for Tom Myers. Tom Myers here. Tom Myers, your haircut is like young Mr. Burns. What you do is draw like a little warp right here. It'd be perfect. It'd be awesome. Tom's into politics, proving that we're all going to shit. Tom, I don't know if you guys know this, Tom played at a lot of Native American casinos recently, which made me think, Jesus Christ, haven't we done enough to these poor people already? It's terrible. Tom, you're like, I want to nickname you the jihadist. Because when you think you're killing, you're still bombing. Tom, you're a wonderful guy. I'm sure your parents are very proud that you did the laundry this week. Tom, you're a good man. Good luck with everything. Have fun, buddy.
Thank you, John Yeager. Every roast, I always pick one person to run some of my jokes by just to kind of bounce them off and see how they're going, and unfortunately, I picked John Yeager this time. It happens. Hey, comic coming to the stage needs absolutely no introduction. We've given him more than enough already. Make a lot of fucking noise for Mickey Kachala.
Oh, thank you. Stay seated. When they asked me why I was doing this, I said I kind of felt responsible because I put Tom on the radio, which was really, I thought, me being funny. But apparently Tom wasn't in on the fucking joke. And here we are. A lot of people have already addressed everyone. You know, I'll just go right there. Kim Ambrose, beautiful, talented. You know, but the thing about Kim is proof that female comics will fuck anybody to get stage time. Also, her boyfriend Justin Hancock is here, who I love. Justin also proving that female comics will fuck anybody to get stage time. Thank you. Sonny Fuller, I wish he was here tonight, because he's proof that not all black comedians are funny. Todd Fleming couldn't be here, that made me mad, because he's proof that not all white comedians are funny. Damn, that's 4 in a row, fuckers. Let's see how this goes. Joe Greenway is here tonight. Joe, don't get too excited. You were one Mike Turpin away from being the unfunniest member of Color Me Funny. Ron Bender's here. Holy shit, Ron Bender. That's funny. Drew Landry. Drew Landry, give it up for Drew. Drew proving that you can live with AIDS.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, maybe that was too much. Brian Preston, I love Brian. Brian's hilarious. Brian's here, and I think to get Brian, Chewbacca had to fuck something uglier than Chewbacca. Erwin Loring is here. Hey Brian, I think we found who Chewbacca was. Mike Stork is here, which shocks me, because he fucking hates Tom. The only way that Mike could hate Tom more is if he was a Jew. Ken Water, who I never got to see perform tonight. I'll be honest, I looked you up on YouTube. You're at the DC Improv. Very funny. And that is where I learned that Ken is also an accountant. So I wanted to ask you, Ken, what is the proper formula to figure out how many laughs Tom has gotten in his entire career? Do you add? Do you multiply? Fuck it. The answer is 0. John Yeager's here. It's nice that he took a minute off of dinner. Alright, that's nice of you. Yeah. But the reason we're all here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Tom fucking Myers. Now, there is a video that Brian mentioned where I literally spent, it's actually 11 minutes, straight nonstop of me telling the world that Tom Myers is the world's worst comedian. And I don't mean that as like I'm kind of fucking, I mean literally, there's no comedians anywhere on earth worse than Tom. In fact, Tom's parents know they couldn't be here tonight. They were too ashamed. Tom's so bad at his comedy that his parents actually encouraged him to sell drugs. Tom is to comedy what AIDS is to condom-free sex. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Every time I say AIDS, Jesus Christ, it's 30 years old. We're doing fine. Somebody starts coughing, point. Let's see. You know, Tom, what people don't realize is you are a legend here in Harford County. You've run for office. You work at 7-Eleven. You now own a Mexican restaurant. I think you should have a star right on Main Street so that dogs can shit on you too. It is true though that Tom does own a Mexican restaurant, which to me is hilarious because yes, it makes Tom the only American in the world Mexicans won't listen to. I will say this, I do hope that one day my children grow up and get to see Tom perform, because it'll make them realize how awesome their father really was. I will say this too though, Tom is to comedy what Mike Turpin is to Color Me Funny. I'll try it the first way I wrote it. Tom is to comedy what Mike Turpin is to comedy.
Solidarity.
I fucking changed on the fly. I should have trusted my instincts. Suckers. Oh, let's see. I got one more here. This is gonna fucking bomb too. Why not end with a fucking AIDS joke? You know, seriously, I did mention AIDS quite a bit, and I apologize. I will say though, the only thing worse than catching AIDS is catching Tom Myers perform. Tom, I love you, buddy. I'm a big fan.
Mickey Coachella, Mickey Coachella, everybody. Hey, the next comedian coming to the stage, or maybe the ground, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Runs Kaleidoscope Comedy, and give it up, Irvin Warren.
Oh my God.
You need more room?
No, I'm good. Shut up. My only concern is Tom's behind me. Really? All right. So, first of all, I think it was appropriate that they put Mickey on a high chair because when he stood up, it was the same height when he got here. But no, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the people on the stage and the dais talking about their comedy careers because, well, they don't have any. But no, I gotta tell you, we're here to talk about Tom. We're here to talk about Tom, and I gotta tell you, I'll be honest with you, Tom is an inspiration. He has been an inspiration to comics for 13 fucking years. The reason Tom has been an inspiration to comics for 13 years is every new comic goes to an open mic, watch Tom's performance, and goes, fuck, if he can do it for 10 years, I ain't quitting. Tom has been an inspiration. He inspired Goucher College to admit men to their college. They met Tom and they weren't sure. So it worked out. Tom he was inspired to do an Andy Kaufman at one show. If you don't remember Andy Kaufman used to decide to wrestle women as part of the joke. Tom tried to do that at one of my shows.
Oh, shit.
And he lost. Badly. Tom called me up the other day and he asked me if he could do one of my shows. He asked if he could feature. He said, hey, look, I toured all over the country. And he got all excited. He goes, yeah, I had one ask me back the other day. Yes, I could redo that joke, damn it. Tom called me up when he was one day and he said, Erwin, I need a favor. I need you to help me. And I got worried. He said, I need you to manage me.
I got worried, and then he asked me to be his campaign manager running for office. Thankfully, he didn't ask me to manage his comedy career. What else can I say about you? I don't have a lot to say about Tom. Because I don't see him anymore, you know? His mother's over there drinking. I don't know if you've seen her. She's flirting with Ron Bender right now, which nobody even knows he's fucking drunk. Oh my God. Mike Stork is here. If he throws, make sure you know which car is his. Don't go near it on your way out, because you may not make it. It was a driving joke. I messed it up. It comes back for you. Never mind that. It didn't work. It fucked it up. Tom Myers was such an inspiration to Mickey Coachello about comedy. Mickey decided to stop doing radio and think he can do comedy full time. So now he runs a vape lounge. There we go. I don't have anything else to say about Tom. But rock it out, have fun, and go to the next person. Thanks.
Well, buddy, if you can't be the greatest, maybe you can be the biggest. All right, guys, Erwin Lawrence. Great job, pal. You fucking killed the stage. You're the man. Off the fly shit, huh?
Way to go, Mike. After 5 years.
Yeah, no, the worst show ever I have ever fucking done. Do you remember this, Justin? Was Erwin's show?
Yes.
Do you remember this fucking show?
We all remember it.
It was the worst show ever I have ever done. This first show we did at Susky River. And it was the first show we did together after I was a member of Color Me Funny. And they're like, what the fuck? Why is this guy in the group? It was so fucking bad. There was somebody who laughed in the audience and somebody else goes, why are you fucking laughing? It was about me. And we went outside and Erwin looked at me and he goes, you know, you're this big, strong guy. Like, look at me. I go up on stage. You gotta address the elephant in the room. You gotta, I'm bad. I say I look like Ron Jeremy. I say I look like Mario because it breaks the ice. And he goes, you gotta address the elephant in the room. And I said, Erwin, you're outside smoking a cigar. I just really wanted to say that. I've always wanted to say it because I didn't actually say it. It is what it is. Moving on.
Wait a minute. Everybody that believes that story is true, raise your hand.
It is true.
No, I don't doubt it for 1 second.
I couldn't even follow.
The only thing worse than that show is that joke.
I'm sorry.
You know what? No, that was a bad show.
Yeah, it was a terrible show. I didn't write it down. I just wanted to tell you guys, fuck it. I'm on the mic. Coming to the stage. He tours all around. He headlines Magoobies. He's been on Sirius XM. One time I was driving, I just heard him on the fucking radio. That's pretty cool. Give it up for one of the funniest guys around here on the nation, Mike Stork.
That's right. I got a chain wallet, so stay away from my car. I actually wasn't originally going to be able to make it to this, but as it turns out, there's an igloo that was double booked in Saskatchewan. I got bumped for Brett the Irish Comic, so I'm here. All right, so where to begin? This will start with Erwin. Erwin Weinstein, lowering my ass. He's a Jew. So, that was a callback to Mickey's jokes. Thanks for paying attention. First fucking joke. Unbelievable. Erwin, you know, I gotta be honest, I don't know if any of you guys have actually seen Erwin perform, because there's some people that book comedy venues, but they don't actually do stand-up, so they don't really have an idea of what they're doing, right? Erwin actually performs. Now, Erwin is more delusional than Kim Jong-il in a breakdancing contest. Okay? Like, he really thinks he's doing well, right? And, but I don't know, I think it might be a hearing problem, because he called me one day, he was like, hey, I was camping out in the woods, and it was weird, because all the insects were laughing. He said, no, those are crickets. Thank you. That's the only good one out of this whole fucking list, so downhill from here. Drew Landry, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Pinocchio, but Drew Landry's basically a Muppet that came to life. Yeah, I know. Like I said, downhill. John Yeager. Wow, Jesus, that was bad. I thought John Yeager's was bad, but then Irwin got up here, and I was like, all right. Bring back that boat comic guy. Fucking John Yeager. Like, you know, like I did cruise ships for about 6 months, and you don't get much respect when you do cruise ships because it's kind of looked down upon. But John Yeager does cruise ships that don't even leave the Potomac. That is fucking bad. That is really fucking bad. You know? But if John Yeager is the Dave Chauffeur of stand-up, then that makes Irwin Brett the Irish comic of stand-up. Mike Turpin. And I don't know if you guys have seen the Pez dispenser, the Mike Turpin Pez dispenser. Yeah. Yeah, it's not actually, it's actually roofies that it's House of Ruth thing, you know. The only thing funnier that his Russian character is Vladimir Putin reading T. Brad Hudson's tell-all book. As for the comics, Ron Bender's over there. I've never actually seen Ron do stand-up. He just lurks on chat forums, but now that I've seen it, block. Let's see what else we got. Joe Greenway. Now, like everybody looks at Joe Greenway, and he looks so wholesome. You know, he looks like if Norman Rockwell had jizzed into a fucking people machine. Yeah, it's weird because it's funny. Like Mickey Cello, like outside of Baltimore, the 98 Rock listening area, nobody's heard of him. Conversely, inside of Baltimore, nobody's heard of Tom Myers. So, amazing. So, let's see what else do we got here. And this was kind of, I don't know if you guys remember when they first started installing the Easy Pass lanes at the toll plaza on 95, right, and up at the top here. And this is the thing, what a lot of people don't realize is that when they installed all those Easy Pass lanes, they had to lay off a lot of toll booth workers. And that really hurt Mickey's numbers at his shows. They were not working. All right, on to the man of the hour, Tom Myers. Guys, give it up for Tom Myers. Tom is amazing. Tom is something else. Tom really is known. Like he's done he did the World Series of Comedy, right? Yeah, in Vegas, right? None of these fuckers did it. Right? This day is, by the way, this is like the locker room at the Special Olympics. Tom's comedy has been so bad at points that he's actually gotten other comedians fired from their day jobs. That's true. And in every comic set, there's a moment when you watch stand-up comedy, in every comedian set, there's a very definable moment when everything just clicks. And they realize that they're bombing. But when Tom gets on stage, a lot of comedians, this is the thing, there's some comics that go on stage, like Sonny Fuller or Todd Fleming, right? Like, he was great on Fresh Prince, but Todd, when those guys get on stage, that's like smoke break time, right? But then there's certain comedians like Brian Regan. Brian Regan gets on stage, everybody comes in to watch, right? Tom and I were out on the show to open mics, and it was like, hey, Tom's on. Yeah, let's go Rubberneck. It's amazing. Tom Myers is the stand-up comedy, but Tom Myers is the Hartford County politics. And he works at 7-Eleven, and he goes to the Mexican restaurant. And I actually ran into him at the 7-Eleven one time, and it's weird. It's kind of a flip-flop because the boss there, the manager, actually told him, "Don't quit your night job." Tom's confidence is exceeded only by his incompetence. Tom is what we refer to as a Jedi comedian. And his Jedi name is Darth Crowdwalker. You guys, give it up for Tom Myers. Thanks a lot.
Give it up for Mike Stewart. Alright guys, we got 2 roasters left before Tom takes this, stands up. Guys, former member of Color Me Funny, he now runs the CDP open mic in Towson every Sunday night, so go check that out. Give it up for Joe Greenwood.
Give it up for yourselves, guys. You're coming out. So give it up for yourselves. Come on. Pat yourselves. Guys, you see more out of their fucking minds with these inside jokes. Have you? Over under 90% of these jokes you've understood. Look, it's got you, none of these. You're fucking inside out. You guys are.
I understand Tom sucks.
Good. You're gonna break Guys, give up for your host tonight, Mike Tar. See, it's not fucking funny. If you guys don't know, Mike plays a character on a famous web series called Culture Comedy. It's a Russian guy he plays. Yeah, called Mikhail Turpentrov. Most comics don't like Mikhail Turpentrov because he's not funny. I love him because I feel like when you play that character, there's always a slight chance you could get deported. Just Give it up for Justin Hancock, the fucking drunk ginger over here who opens the show. Yeah, he's really cool. If you guys don't know, he's moving to New York in September to go try to be a real comedian. Or so he says. His doctor prescribed that he move farther away from the equator. That's what. I do wish you success, man. I hope you go out there and have careers that mirror like Greg Giraldo and Patrice O'Neill and that fat guy who died this year. I just want you to just do that sooner, though. He's a pretty good kid. John Panay, thank you. You would know that. Bennett, Panay, Gemplet, Pendulette, whatever his name is. Okay, Kim Ambrose is going. Give it up for Kim Ambrose. Very high, coming on later. One female on the fucking dais. You're going to New York with him, right? Doesn't New York already have enough Jewy, skinny, hipster lesbians? They don't fucking need you to go up there. If you don't know this, she practices this like special birthing method called doula, where she's like a birth supportist. Can't you just stay in Baltimore and meditate babies out of the pussies? Do you need to go to New York to do that? Alright, well you guys don't know, so fuck you. Brian Preston, give it up for him. Brian Preston. The only black guy that has hiding behind the speaker in the fucking shade. I don't know what's going on there. Brian Preston is like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but a fucking nerd. That's what you can really think. He's got enough Cool Ranch and Dorito dust underneath his fingernails to fund a family size. Okay, that one was written upstairs today. Okay, Drew Landry, give it up for him, the skinny, Jesus-looking motherfucker here tonight. Yeah, he's very funny. Drew Landry, how does it feel to peak at 19? I imagine it feels much like being Tom Meyer's hairline. That's what I imagine. The guy who's aspiring to get into Towson University. Drew Landry says on Facebook, he talks about how he's bipolar. Drew Landry thinks bipolar means that sometimes he has a goatee and sometimes he doesn't. That's what it is. Give it up for John Yeager, or as I call him, Little T. Brad, for being here tonight. Thank you. I hear that the last mic at Havana is still going on. Is that correct? Still a thing? Okay, that's insider again.
No, it's still going on
Since you were there. Look, I don't need your taglines for my jokes, Kev. You get your time in a minute.
Yes, you do.
That's just fucking hurtful. Give it up for Mike Stewart, guys, the Canadian guy who's proof that no one should ever come to Baltimore because you'll stay here your entire life. He's got a new bit that is really good he's been working on about carburetors. It's where he talks about a carburetor for 45 minutes and then you fall asleep. Really funny. Erwin Loring. Don't give it up for him. Fuck him. He's this is not even my script. One of my first shows I did is one of his contests down in College Park. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be really cool. You know, a real comedy contest, some new guy, I don't know anything. And I go there, he doesn't fucking show up. And guess who's hosting the contest? He hosts the contest and he wasn't even fucking in it. That's how bad. I was like, I will never do Erwin shows again. Mickey Coachella, give it up for everyone knows 98 Rock. Mickey Coachella, give it up for him. Loud round, he needs it since he's been out of work. Mickey, you went from 98 Rock to the adventurous world of selling electronic cigarettes to hosting a podcast with a waitress from Outback Steakhouse. You're like the Benjamin Button of careers. At the very least now, at least your haircut is relevant. Did you walk into a Supercuts and say, "Give me the Matt LeBlanc 1996"? Is that what fucking happened? Todd Fleming, Sonny Fuller. I got respect for you guys, so I'm not going to tell jokes about people who aren't here tonight. Tom Myers, guy of the night. Give it up for Tom. Very good guy, very nice guy. Jesus Christ, I don't know. Tom Myers is so fucking ugly. I'm sorry, dude, but you are one of the most hideous people I've ever seen. If you guys are Game of Thrones fans, Theon Greyjoy was happy that his penis got cut off because Tom Myers touched it once. That's how. I fucking hate you so much, Tom. You're such a. I wish Ray Rice punched you in an elevator. That's what. That's why. I wish if I had a time machine, I would go back and buy you a ticket on Flight 370 to Malaysia. That's what I would fucking do. If I had a time machine and a cloning machine, I would clone 3.7 million of you, go back to 1942, and replace you with all the Jews in Germany. That's how much I fucking hate you. You guys you like that one, the guy who hates Tom Myers, right? Yeah. I don't even know if you're Jewish or not, so that could be really fucking offensive. Tom Myers riding on the "You're a hideous beast" thing. Tom Myers is like when you played Sims and you created a character and you could make their facial structure and you just put all the features to 0. That's what. Tom's so ugly, he looks like he sold his cheekbones for meth. That's what. I'm just kidding. Tom's a really nice guy. I've known him, but he's an awesome guy. Please give it up for him. Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Joe Greenway, everybody. I was thinking about it. Make some noise if you're a friend or a family member of Tom's, like you came out just for him. Yeah. There's a lot of you. I had this thought of like, what if they just see Tom posting on Facebook about like doing comedy in Vegas and LA and Canada, and they come in here and just realize like what's going on. Like just like open the door to like, holy shit, this is what the fuck's been going on this whole time? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute when he comes up. But before that, we have the last roaster of the dais. Give it up for the female of the evening, Kim Ambrose!
Thank you. Tom, you're looking nice tonight. You're dressed like a funeral director. And you have those intense rape eyes. Probably gonna stand down here. Just get right on down away from you. I'm just kidding, I'll stand next to you. There are witnesses. Turpin, good job putting this together. It's hard to put a show together. Good job, give it up for Turpin. Yeah. I think something really bizarre happened. I think our Facebooks got messed up because I was getting messages for you. Like Andy Kaufman messaged me, he said he wants his act back. Kanye West also messaged me, he said he wants his ego back. And Tom actually messaged me, he said he wants his fake credits back. Mike, you have more fake credits than the Drink Tour Funny Tour. I might get in a little bit of trouble for this, but I'm not getting paid and I drove an hour, so suck it. It's not ironic at all that we're roasting Tom Myers in a bar that can't stay open unless it changes owners like a prison bitch. I mean, and this is the part that might fuck me up. Let's face it, someone got stabbed here. This is the Harford County version of Fishhead Cantina. It's also not ironic that this show is hosted by the least funny member of a failed comedy group. vagina says things and y'all got a problem, nut up, motherfuckers, nut up. Jesus Christ, we got a black president. Take your diapers off. Come to the show. Jesus Christ. You sat through John Yeager. You can get through this. I can't entirely shit on Tom, like, maybe just a half shit, but here's the thing, as comedians, we all try. That's the thing, not every joke works, or every show works, sometimes you gotta keep going up and trying. Just ambition does not the master make. Just like having a radio show in the morning on 98 Rock does not make you a great comedian.
Easy, Yoko.
Let's blame the bitch, not the Aryan person with control issues, Brandon. Last time I was here, I was a little inebriated. It was during Brandon Lescure's comedy or roast for himself. And during his set, I got a little excited and I said, I was in the back going, wrap it up, wrap it up. And he took offense to that and he said, fuck you, bitch, what have you done? Well, this is the perfect time to retort, lasted longer than you. It's getting sticky in here. Is anybody else sticky? It's humid in here.
Justin, are you okay?
I just want to go back to Mickey and say that Mickey is incredible because he really has an amazing fan base. They support him through all of his ups and downs in his career, and I just think that's an awesome thing. Mickey is so deep into the 98 Rock family, he's deeper than Wendy Townsend's fingers in Mike Turpin's asshole. That was mostly fun for me. We've all talked about how young Drew Landry is. He's a great comic. We did the fake tour together. It was a lot of fun. We made a lot of not audience members laugh.
All the way deep.
It was great. Tommy is really, really good at making things. He's very successful. He's also a huge, huge movie buff. He actually made and wears an exact replica of Forrest Whitaker's eye. He has a lazy eye. Brian Preston. Some people have joked in the past about Brian's hygiene, so I'm just going to go on that. Brian, you look like you smell like the roof of a hooker's mouth. The only thing that stinks worse than you is a scratch and sniff text message of David Chauffeur's dick. It's getting raw in here. Jesus. All right. We've all talked about. Thank you. Okay. So we talked about Todd Fleming. He does impersonations and a lot of different impersonations, things you don't normally get to see in comedy, such as Denzel Washington and Obama. Todd Fleming's comedy stands out like a bald black man in a prison yard. That's a racist joke, Hartford County. Get comfortable. The only girl on the dais is here. I'm ready to kick ass. You know what I'm talking about? Joe Greenway is recently he's about to graduate college, which is great for a comic. That's awesome. Joe hasn't accumulated a lot of student debt, but at least his debt is for education and not for cocaine addiction and a fake comedy tour. The people slamming aren't here. It's bittersweet. John, you've been doing comedy for a while now, and I would ask you for advice, only it would go on for 4 days, so just gonna keep it on low there. You have an awesome voice. You sound like a man who did radio in the 40s, and according to all your ex-girlfriends, you fuck like one too. I went to one of John's shows that lasted quite a long time. I came in as a comic with dick jokes, and I left as a victim with Stockholm Syndrome. It was a long show, is what I'm saying. Anything else? I think I've fucked pretty much everybody except the people I like. So, Tom, I just want to say I am afraid that you're touching me, and I do admire that you keep going. You know, Tom keeps going against all odds. He keeps going against all downfalls, against all logic and proof. He's basically the global warming denier of comedy, which makes me really excited that he's in politics also. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.
Great jokes, Justin. You did a good job, buddy. Guys, it is the moment we've been fucking waiting for. The man of the hour. Guys, will the real Tom Myers please stand up?
Thank you very much. Make me feel at home. Thank you. It's good to be. It really is good to be here tonight. It is. It's good to be roasted by the who's who of the Baltimore and DC comedy scenes that couldn't get a paid gig tonight. I appreciate Mike Turpin bringing me up on stage. Really do. Anybody else would be difficult to follow. Mike, I also appreciate you bringing me up during my last CD recording. That helped me out a lot, man. I really do appreciate it, because after watching you perform that night, the audience was ready to laugh at any of the shit that I said. Mike didn't talk about this. He hosts a podcast where he talks about wrestling. It's called Color Me Bloody. That's because once you listen to it, you want to slice your fucking wrists.
Holy shit!
Keep it going for Justin Hancock. I'll bring the room down. Keep it going for Justin Hancock, by the way. Justin Hancock. I love Justin because when I hang out with him, I actually look tan. If these lights were any brighter, Justin would get skin cancer. Justin, I love you, but you look like Chucky fucked the Siberian mail order bride. As was referenced during the show tonight, Justin is actually dating Kim Ambrose. I have a lot of respect for Kim. It must be difficult for Kim to fake orgasms during sex with Justin and laughter during Justin's set. Kim Ambrose, as was also mentioned, recently got a job preparing women for giving birth. 5 minutes with Kim, the women are ready to make an appointment for an assisted suicide. Okay. And Mickey, wherever you are, out of line calling Kim Yoko. All right? There's no comparison. Yoko is not as annoying to listen to. Joe Greenway, give it up for Joe, everybody. Come on, give it up for him. Joe is considered to be the best looking man on this dais tonight. He really is, but that means nothing. That's like saying someone is the sexiest looking patient in a hospital burn unit. I don't want to say Joe's a little feminine, but just the other day he made himself ovulate. In case you haven't noticed, Joe, Kim, Justin, and Mike Turpin, they were all part of a group called Color Me Funny. They broke up recently. Color Me Funny actually compared their breakup to the breakup of the Beatles. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to be lobbying really hard for the release of Mark David Chapman. You know, I have a CD out. Drew also has a CD out called Attention Whore. He got that name from what Carlos Mencia used to say to him during, before he made Drew watch stand-up DVDs so he could gather material for Carlos's act that evening. Not for everybody, okay. Only for myself, dipshit. Brian Preston, thanks for coming out tonight. That's a nice outfit. Where did you get it? The Hurricane Katrina Relief Center? You know, other guys go to strip clubs to try to bang women in their league. In order to do that, Brian has to go to Comic-Con. You know you're an important comic when Mike Stork finds out that he's headlining in Timonium this weekend, and then he decides, okay, that's a good reason for me to come out and roast me. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Mike, you still live at home and you have the worst diet in the history of the universe. Where did your mother get her culinary training? Taco Bell? Mike Stork considers himself one of the top performers in Canada. So basically he's comparing himself to Celine Dion, Bryan Adams, and Justin Bieber. Yeah, really good inspiration there. Mike also has a CD out called No Frills. I did a quick poll in this room before the show tonight. The CD should have been called No Sales. Experts say if a pregnant woman listens to classical music during her pregnancy, the baby will come out being a genius. Likewise, those same experts say that if a pregnant woman listens to Mike Stork's CD, the baby will come out with a propensity to set fire to his playpen. Because Mike loves setting fire to shit and doing stupid stuff. Fuck you. Let's give it up for my buddy Erwin tonight. Erwin! What's the matter, Erwin? You couldn't find a takeout restaurant that wanted to pay a headliner $100? Hey, Erwin, Bon Tempo Brothers is still open. Come on, let's take the microphones over there. You know what? If only the comics go, it will be just like a kaleidoscope comedy show. Come on, man, let's do it. I don't want to say Erwin booked some shitty rooms, but Erwin's room disappoint more young comedians than Last Comic Standing auditions. Erwin started the 7th season of the comedy contest, So You Think You're Funny. Erwin got the title from what he says to the mirror before he goes out and does a show. Also happy to have my friend Ken Water here. Give it up for him. Ken bills himself as DC's funniest tax accountant. That means he ranks slightly lower than Towson's wittiest property lawyer and Ellicott City's most outrageous suicide hotline operator. But he ranks slightly higher than Bel Air's most obnoxious water vapor cigarette vendor. You know, let me tell you something. Ken is actually my accountant, so you may think that the joke's on me because he has access to my social security number, my checking account, and my annual income, but the joke's actually on him because they're all worth shit. So give it up for my buddy Ron Bender, man. Ron Bender. He's here all the way from, you know, whatever fucking planet you're from. I've never been able to figure that out. Jesus Christ. Every single one of my Falston High School classmates is going to go up to him after the show and say, dude, I want what you're smoking. In his act, Ron talks about how he performs magic, and I believe it. Ron Bender is so magical that he made his road shows disappear. I really have to give Ron, you know what, I have to give Ron credit for helping my comedy career. Thanks to him, I'm being roasted at an oyster bar in Bel Air on a Wednesday night. Seriously, Ron, after all these years, I sincerely thank you for not coming up on the stage and causing it to collapse. I really do appreciate that. All right, you know what? I've gotten to all the working comics, so now we're going to focus on Mickey Coachella. Mickey, let's not leave any gray area, all right, Mickey? You are full of yourself. You really are. I'd love to say that you have a Napoleonic complex, except Napoleon was taller. And Mickey, you know, Mickey, you will never win a comedy award, all right? But look on the bright side. You're short enough to be a statue that they hand out at award ceremonies. I don't want to say Mickey's a nobody in the comedy world, but when I travel outside the state of Maryland and I tell people that I work with Mickey Coachella, people keep thinking that I performed at a music festival in California.
That would never happen.
You bombed during your set, don't try to fuck up mine. Now, you know what? Mickey is actually the owner of the Vapor Lounge. It's over on Bond Street. You know, I guess business must be doing really well because unlike your comedy club, it hasn't burned down yet. Mickey. The fire marshal who investigated that fire in your comedy club, he did the investigation. He determined that the cause of the fire was you doing your tribute to Richard Pryor.
Tom Myers.
Mickey, you remember when you did this, right? You actually auctioned off a pair of your shoes on eBay.
I did.
You did do that. They were the shoes you wore to your HBO taping. They were the ones you said brought you such good luck.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody remember how lucky Mickey got with that taping? Mickey, this was Mickey. Shut the fuck up. Mickey, the people on that Malaysian Airlines flight have a brighter future in radio than you do, so shut the fuck up. Mickey, this is HBO. HBO is the same network that let Joe Buck have a talk show. And it had a television show where Sarah Jessica Parker bitched about her sex life. They took a look at a tape of your act and said, no. By the way, someone did buy Mickey's shoes, and they brought him the same amount of luck that Mickey had with that HBO taping. I last heard the guy used those shoes when he ran in last year's Boston Marathon.
That's a great joke.
Mickey used to be the host of the 98 Rock Morning Show. Give it up for that. 98 isn't where you could find the radio show on the dial. 98 was the number of people who actually listened to that piece of shit. Mickey, you know who would have been more entertaining on that morning show than you? Lopez. Now.
That's because he's dead.
And Mickey. You know what? Did anybody in here watch that tape that Mickey made where he announced he was leaving 98 Rock? Mickey, I thought you were going to start crying and tell everybody to leave Britney alone. Mickey, you know who had a more honorable exit from 98 Rock? Stash. Get back here, you little motherfucker. I'm not done with you yet. I'm posting this shit on YouTube now, motherfucker. Let's see how you like it.
Use my name so it gets views.
You used mine and it got a lot of views, so thank you, appreciate that.
Tom Myers.
Now he hosts a podcast called It's Mickey. It's called that because his fan base has to be reminded who hosts the show. Does anybody really listen to It's Mickey? That podcast moves slower than Stephen Hawking in a blizzard. Man, you know, Mickey, I tell you what, you leave 98 Rock suddenly and you dropped out of high school in the 9th grade. I don't know what drops off more, you or your mom's body parts. Hey, Mickey, wait. It could be worse. It could be worse. She could still be alive right now. See what a fairy you are and want to put her foot in your ass. And then remember, oh, that's right, she doesn't have a foot to put in your ass. You guys, thank you for coming out to my roast. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's all hang out and let's all hang out right now. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you.
Guys, thank you for coming out to the roast of Mickey Coachella. It's been a fucking blast. You guys are awesome. We'll be here this upcoming Friday with Mike Renazzo. The following Wednesday is Matt and the Happy's going to a late party. Let's have some fucking fun and make it a Tom Myers afterwards.
Tom, I was glad to see that people who didn't know Tom were in the audience, because after listening to all the roasters, they probably got the impression that Tom sucks as a comic, and I was glad to see Tom get the opportunity to prove that he does. So thanks, Tom, for having me, and I enjoyed it.